Especially after you, Colin. That's why you wear safety goggles when you read poetry. Okay, I kind of tore my hair out a little bit about what to read tonight because I've been reading a lot of the same stuff over the last couple of years. So I'm going to mix it up with a little bit of old, some new, as in very, very new, and some from the works in progress. I'm going to start with the new. Normally I really hate first-person poetry, especially if it is, in fact, somewhat autobiographical, but my life recently exploded and blew up in my face. It's a good thing. It's a great thing, because from that you build. And I'm going to read a few poems that came out of that. This first one is for a fellow named Jacob. Jacob can't be here tonight. He's busy living with my fiancée. For Jacob. Cock spittle, pallid, flatline pulse, emotional retard pangs for other men's wives, to write love-lost songs like noodles. Cock spittle, whales, flaccid, limpid, paunch and jowls, canvas, shoes lack support or soul, posturing, postering in middle-age adolescence. Cockspittle gathers flat hips, stirs a mile-end ripple with hicks, and bitches about all the limp dicks and barren tits. Cockspittle lives in emo bliss, fully ignorant of modern shit, like joy and consequence, and the social grace of soap. This poem is called Broken Mirror. It's a Facebook poem. They had to happen sooner or later. A scattering of thumbnails, thrown like dice or fish scales, once tacked to pages of cardboard tomes too ponderous to throw away. Now ripples its slivers, shards, slice flesh with your glittering teeth and lips. A click removes those years, though penance remains. This poem is called Painless, Well-Meaning. Well, at least you don't have kids. At least you're not sacrificing marriage yet. At least the pets aren't yours. At least you're working elsewhere now. At least you're not too rooted deeply there. At least you're not leaving family behind. At least you didn't buy that house together. At least you don't work together. At least you don't share hobbies or passions, interests, friends, bars. At least the only thing you had together was each other. No kids to fall back on. No legal structure for proof. No cats in laps or dogs on rugs. No city to live in. No roots to sustain you. No family to cut, no home to abandon, no weather to hold, no life to drop limply to the pitted asphalt. At least you've nothing. This poem is called Seeds. Searching for seeds when the fruit has split its squelching mash, sterile food for the circling dog. Those seeds, just specks, black and bitter corns, trace backward through watering cans and the choices of fertilizer. Obvious seeds, husks gleaming with waxes, and the rows of conditioners prove false, their husks dry and brittle under polish. Follow their tendrils deeper. Fibrous dendrite communications become wireless, fashioning a grid, plotting distance, revealing bones. Those seeds, dabbed with moistened fingertips and softly licked lest scolding, provide no nourishment. Mindful now, they breed and poison those wet, dark places. I'm going to read a couple of older poems from one of my first collections. I have some of them available, by the way, at the table in the back if you feel the need to spend money on poetry. I know it's not a very compelling need. How do you make a criminal? Fingernail, semen stain, a print, a shoe, a hair, abused tissue paper. The cell becomes a man, replete with intent. How do you make a victim? 2-block store, missing person, a scuff, a look, a child. Television programs. It asks for help, tells you who's innocent. How do you make a crime? Get a lawyer, call a cop, a thought, a need, a deed, letters to the editor. Someone's free and loose in a neighborhood. This is an old one I still enjoy. I haven't read it in a long time. It's called George Got Drunk, with apologies to George Bauer. Allophone, phonetic. George is multitude of meanings, stiff shot, bracer, or a cold splash of aftershave. Inhaled with a cigarillo, a rich Cuban cigar, that's the quality of Italian immigrants and a multitude of voices. George is driving. Actually, he flew. But it reminds him of a car, that time. Sure, you understand, fellow Canadians and saviors. Mustache bristles and a thought, not smooth. Mellifluous lava outpour softens brushy landscape, soothes harsh edges of rocky outcroppings, a multitude of sharpnesses. Meanwhile, Fred was dancing nimbly around the outskirts, mindful that the center has been displaced by the ticking of eyes in the middle of the floor. George says, I like your tattoo, a many-layered artichoke, while crooked finger brushes spaghetti strap to better see that luminous blossom. My girlfriend is transfixed. Amber, maple syrup, and whiskey sour peer out through her father's glasses. The looks on our faces, she says later, will entertain her through all our lifetimes. The thing about George that has always irritated me is his need to write about other poets.